Good morning, children. Today we are going to see about bases. Okay. Hope yesterday you have studied acids. We will see bases. The subtopics under bases are definition, strong and weak bases. Same day we will study about the physical properties, chemical properties, and uses of bases. Okay. 5 things we are going to study in detail today. Definition already we have studied in the introduction part, that what will they release when they are dissolved in water? They will be giving hydroxyl groups, correct? Hydroxyl means what? OH minus. See the definition what it tells. A substance which is capable of releasing one or more OH ions in aqueous solution is called as base. Clear? So the very important thing in this is OH minus. In this place we have written H plus in acids, right? So a substance which is capable of releasing one or more OH minus ions in aqueous solution is called as what? Base. Now we will see what is strong base and what is weak base. In acids what we have studied, they are capable of releasing H plus ions. H plus ions means which ions? Yes, correct. They are strong and weak based on the dissociation. Same way here, OH minus ions, when they are released in water, OH minus ion is also called as hydroxyl. See here, hydroxyl ions. Okay. When they are released in water, they may completely ionize or they may partially ionize. If they are completely ionized, then they are called as strong bases. Same like that of acids. There it will be H plus, here it will be OH minus. Okay. Bases which are completely ionized are called as strong bases. For example, we can take sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. See, sodium hydroxide, when it is dissolved in water, you will get Na plus plus OH minus. This is how it dissociates. What is coming out? OH minus. Same way with potassium hydroxide also, same with water, when it is dissolved, you will get K plus plus OH minus. So this is about strong bases. Now it will be very clear what is weak bases, correct? Bases which are partially ionized. See, this is completely ionized, here it is partially ionized. If they are partially ionized, they are called as weak acids. We will see 2 examples for that, magnesium hydroxide and ammonium hydroxide. The formula for magnesium hydroxide is MgOH twice. Same way, when it is dissolved in water, you will get Mg2 plus plus OH minus. But here the dissociation will be partial. Ionization will be partial. So it is called as weak as base. Now ammonium hydroxide, the formula is NH4OH. Okay. So this is about strong and weak bases. Now the physical properties of bases. You have already studied about bases, strong and weak bases. So it will be very easy for you to tell me the physical properties. You tell me it on your own. The day I told you, the taste, if you see, acid will be sour taste and this one will be bitter taste. You are very thorough with that. And I told you that when you touch, how it will be, you will get that soapy feel. So it is soapy touch. That is one property. The second one is it will be soluble in water. If it is soluble in water, then it is called as alkalis. Okay? If bases are soluble in water, they are called as alkalis. Third point is, when they are dissolving in water, what will they do? They will release which ions? Hydronium ions or hydroxyl ions? Good, hydroxyl ions. Okay? So OH minus ions will be released. In case if they ask for 2 marks, what are the physical properties, you should write all the 4. The fourth one is, in litmus paper, what happens? BRB. What happens? Red litmus will be converted into which color? Blue color. So bases will turn red litmus paper into blue. That is in litmus. What about phenolphthalein? In phenolphthalein, I have shown you that they become which color? It will become pink color. Okay, you will get the pink colored solution. Colorless solution will become pink color. Methyl orange. Methyl orange is also an indicator. Which indicator? Natural indicator or synthetic indicator? Okay. In methyl orange, it will become yellow. In acid, it will become red. And in base, it will become yellow. Okay. So these are the four physical properties. Bitter taste, soapy touch. First one. Second one, if they are soluble in water, they are called as alkalis. Third one, if they dissolve in water, what will they release? They will release hydroxyl ions. Then the color change. In litmus paper, it will change like BRB. And then in phenolphthalein, it will be pink color. And in methyl orange, it will be yellow. We will see the chemical properties of bases now. There are two chemical properties we are going to study today. The first one is, if base combines with metal, what happens? The second one, what happens if base combines with non-metallic oxides? Okay? You should keep this as a formula in your mind that base plus metal gives salt plus hydrogen. Same way we have studied for acids also. Acid plus metal gives salt plus hydrogen. Here, base plus metal also will give salt plus hydrogen. We'll give see some examples. NaOH is what? Sodium hydroxide, right? Sodium hydroxide is a base plus one metal, zinc. If you take zinc as a metal here, sodium hydroxide plus zinc gives sodium zincate. See, this is a new compound you are studying. Sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2. Sodium zincate plus what will come out? Hydrogen will be coming out of that. So, sodium hydroxide plus zinc gives sodium zincate plus hydrogen. Shall we balance it? See here, sodium 2. So, I will put 2 here. Oxygen 2. So, this is okay. Zinc nothing. H2. So, it is balanced, correct? So, first one is sodium zincate. The next one is same way sodium hydroxide plus tin. Sn. Okay, stannum. So, sodium hydroxide plus tin gives sodium stannite. See, this is also a new compound. Na2SnO2. Na2SnO2 is sodium stannite plus hydrogen gas will be released. The second characteristic feature, the second property what we are going to study is base plus non-metallic oxide gives salt plus water. In acid also we have studied the same thing, right? For acid plus metallic oxides gives salt plus water. Here base plus non-metallic oxides gives salt plus water. Now sodium hydroxide, see, NaOH plus non-metallic oxide, that is carbon dioxide. Sodium hydroxide plus carbon dioxide gives sodium carbonate, Na2CO3 plus what should come out? Water. According to the formula, water should come out. So, sodium hydroxide plus carbon dioxide gives sodium carbonate plus water. The next example is calcium hydroxide. Same like that, calcium hydroxide plus carbon dioxide gives calcium carbonate plus water. Similar to that. Now the last subtopic is uses. Uses of bases. We'll see some 4 examples, okay. The first one is sodium hydroxide. I'll give only two examples. There are lots of examples for each chemical, but we will study only 2 to keep that in our mind. Sodium hydroxide, it is used in manufacturing of soap, paper, etc. Potassium hydroxide, it is used in alkaline batteries and also in the manufacture of soft soap. Find out what is soft soap, okay. Calcium hydroxide, it is used in the manufacture of bleaching powder and it is also used in softening hard water. What do you mean by hard water? You have studied the difference between hard water and soft water, right? Hard water will be in which taste? Okay, you will be sending it to me. Magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide is used as an antacid. What do you mean by antacid? It will be used to neutralize the acid produced in our stomach, right? So, uses sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide. So, what are the things we have covered today? In bases, we have studied about definition, we have studied about strong bases, weak bases, then we have studied about the physical properties, chemical properties and uses. By this, we will come to an end of bases, okay? Tomorrow, we will come with a new topic. Bye.